leads the league in total offense, and he's top 10 in the country. His top target is Sean Atkins, and both these guys can make some history tonight. Brown can become the first South Florida Bull ever with 3,000 yards passing. Atkins, a former walk-on, can become the first guy ever with 1,000 yards receiving.
Well, and you better believe it. Tonight, they're going to get this guy 100 yards. There's no doubt. We talked with Alex Golesh this week, of course. This dude's going to get a lot of targets tonight.
38 might get 38 targets tonight for South Florida. That offense is high-octane, high-tempo. They're going up against a Charlotte defense, Foxy, that's much improved. They've also got a first-year head coach in Biff Poggi. That's the biggest difference for them is on defense.
Yeah, defensively, they were 127th last year in the FBS. This season, they're 52nd. It's a 75-spot improvement for this defense, and they get it done with the turnovers. And that's what's going to be key for them here tonight, Drew. They've got to create some turnovers against this high-octane offense in South Florida. 6 picks the last 4 games. And you talk about some guys to keep an eye on. How about Demetrius Knight? Their stud linebacker on the outside is a great pass rusher, has 83 tackles on the season, and is 3rd in the American Conference this year in total tackles, and also second, I should say, with 3 picks.
One of the best defensive players in the league. He started his career as a quarterback at Georgia Tech. It's a transfer-heavy Charlotte roster trying to finish Biff Poggi's first.
Deserve.
Senior night for South Florida, and Donovan Jennings about to play his 54th career game, which ties a program record held by Dwayne Boyles. A win tonight equals a 54th career game for Donovan Jennings, because it means this team is going bowling for the first time since 2018. You are watching the American Conference on ESPN. And you're watching the first matchup as league foes between Charlotte and South Florida. The 49ers enter at 3-8, 2-5 in conference play. Bulls at 5-6, 3-4 in league games, and both led by first-year head coaches. And this is a fun matchup, Foxy, because on the day of the game, sorry to bring it up, the Ohio State Buckeye, we got a Michigan man in Biff Poggi, spent 2 different stints on Harbaugh's staff, and then Alex Golesh, an Ohio State alum.
Yeah, in fact, Alex was on the staff with me when I was at Ohio State in 2004. He was a student assistant, and it's sort of remarkable to watch his rise in the coaching ranks here at South Florida. And Biff has certainly made some news the last couple of weeks with his tweets about Coach Harbaugh, who he loves, and a dear friend of his.
He's got a great profile picture on Twitter. We'll tell you about that later on in the show. They're 2 of 7 first-year head coaches in the American Conference. You see Trent Dilfer, a big name at UAB. Tom Herman, same thing at FAU. Eric Morris, a young guy at North Texas. Brian Newberry and Kevin Wilson, in addition to Alex Golesh and Biff Poggi, who match up for the first time tonight. USF won the toss and deferred, so Charlotte will start with a football as the Bulls send out Brendan Farrell to kick in their gray and slime uniforms here on senior night. Henry Rutledge, the deep man for the 49ers. Underway in the regular season finale for both these teams. Dwayne Thomas Jr. fields it from the left side of that goal line. He takes it out past the 25 to set up this 49ers offense after a 20-yard return. A little chippy after the whistle. And this first ever matchup between these two programs. And here comes Trexler Ivy, a walk-on quarterback, redshirt sophomore from Wake Forest, North Carolina, making his 5th start of the season. He's a guy who can really run, Dustin.
No, he can. And listen, Jalen Jones was the starter for most of the season, and he's obviously missed the last couple of weeks here. And so Ivy comes in, he's a walk-on. He's a crafty quarterback, but again, those interceptions, you've got to improve that.
Ivy ran for a touchdown against Rice last week. It was USF's only points in a 28-7 loss. He starts in the shotgun, and they hand it to Joshim Bangda, transfer on his 3rd school, who picks up maybe 1 on first down. And again, some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Amaris Brown comes in to make the stop.
It's been a tough year for this Charlotte offense. Talk about the quarterback issues they've had, the carousel there, and then at running back, I mean, they're literally on their 4th and 5th string running backs here. And so we'll see a lot of Bangda and a lot of Hassan Wilson tonight as well.
You know, at a certain point of the season, Dustin, we talk to coaches every week. At a certain point, you start to say, all right, everybody's got injuries.
Yeah.
But Charlotte is almost an anomaly in that sense. They start 3 walk-ons on offense. One of them's Ivy, who completes the slant out to midfield. A big gain to Dwayne Thomas, who returned the opening kick. He takes it to the 50 on a gain of 19.
He's in coverage there against Tavin Ward, playing a little bit of man on the outside. This is a nice throw. Great route, by the way, too, by Dwayne Thomas Jr., just the freshman from down the road in Hollywood, Florida. Little RPO action. Got to tighten up that coverage. That's been one of the issues for South Florida this season, is Obviously, their offense has not been a problem, but it's been getting off the field defensively.
They score a lot and they give up a lot. Ivy fakes the pitch to Bangda, moving the other way, throws it, and nearly a big collision, but a nice catch from Joey Burns to pick up 3 or 4 on first down.
Well, it's a tough spot for Burns to be in because we know the rules of college football, and you can't really go high anymore, so he ends up taking a shot to the lower body, and say I can feel that from up here.
If Rob Gronkowski is watching Raymond James, who used to play for the Bucks, yeah, it was all about that, the low shot to the knee on a tight end. Bangda gets the carry, and he's twisted down after a gain of 3 or 4. Jalen Schuler on the stop, Charlotte's top tackler, or USF's top tackler rather, and it's 3rd down and short coming up for the 49ers. Now Charlotte, a team that likes to play in front of the sticks. We mentioned the Michigan influence on their head coach Biff Poggi. He said, you know, a lot of teams in the American Conference want to throw it around. Yeah. We want to run it around.
Yeah, listen, they'll play a lot of 12 personnel. They'll bring in 3 tight ends at times. In fact, the tight ends may be the best weapons on this offense.
3rd down and 4. Ivy to throw. Feels the heat. Throws the screen. It's dialed up beautifully. Bangda's got the first down. And he's down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 14 for Joshim Bangda. 5'10", 230. First down, Charlotte.
I think it's a great block down the field, too, from Jairus Mack, number 3. Watch him right here at the end as Bangda cuts inside. And a beautiful play design there on 3rd down.
Logan Berryhill finally made the tackle after Bangda moved the chains. There you see Biff Poggi, one of the most interesting figures in college football. He's not a lifelong coach. He's actually a multi-millionaire hedge fund manager. His first season as a D1 head coach. Ivy's pass is complete across the field. Jairus Mack makes the grab, and he's down at the 20 or 19. It should be enough for a first down.
Drew, kind of interesting here, this tempo of the offense. You know, they're a team that, again, like Michigan, wants to go slow. They're going fast right now.
And a big hole for Hassan Wilson inside the 5, and he reaches the ball to the 1-yard line. A gain of 18, and the 49ers are set up with 1st and goal from the 1. They want to go fast, giving USF a taste of their own medicine.
Well, and USF's going to substitute here. They're going to give him time.
If the offense subs, you got to give the defense time to sub as well. 1st and goal from the 1. They give it back to Wilson, and he has stood up in the backfield. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Jalen Schuler was the first bull in there.
And Mac Harris was in there as well. I mean, just watch the push up front. Really good job by the defensive line. Mac Harris, 24, in on that as well.
Mac Harris, the sophomore out of the Villages, Florida.
The youngest person that lives there?
Probably. What's the elementary school like in the Villages?
Great question.
Joshim Bangda back in there at running back behind Ivy. They hand it to Bangda, and the 230-pounder is in for the touchdown. What a start for Charlotte. They go 71 yards and 9 plays in almost 5 minutes of TOP. Ivy completed all 4 passes, and they've got the first points tonight.
Boy, for a Charlotte offense that has really struggled to move the football this year, Drew, just averaging 17 points a game, they made that look easy. Goodness, right down the field, under 5 minutes, and Bangda bangs it in.
And Jake Larson out for the extra point. He bangs that in as well. It's 7-0 49ers in the regular season finale. Ball championship game, the last one. Number 6 Oregon takes on number 4 Washington at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. The Huskies just knocked through a game-winning field goal to survive against Washington State. Oregon and Washington, they will match up again. That one for the Pac-12 championship. Charlotte went for the onside kick, and it went out of bounds. Good idea, poor execution, and the flag comes in.
Yeah, I like the idea, especially when you're a 3-8 football team, but just completely misses the football. And that'll be costly, as the Bulls will have excellent field position here.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty from the out-of-bounds spot. First down.
Nate Black makes the call. Kyle Kunanen. Not exactly the onside kick he was hoping for. And the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure they quite practiced it like that.
Hey, look, man, you're Biff Poggi.
Oh, take a shot. No doubt.
3-8, first-year head coach. Why not?
Well, I don't blame him.
Where's the cutoff, by the way? You brought that up in the break.
We're in South Florida here. I mean, where's the cutoff tonight?
So USF on offense for the first time. Byron Brown spins it out up the sideline. Jaden Alexis makes the grab. And he is brought down along the sideline after a gain of about 5 on first down. Byron Brown has been one of the best quarterbacks in the American Conference this season, leading the league at over 320 yards of total offense per game, which is top 10 in the country. Also 10 rushing touchdowns. Is second best in the league. Only Blake Watson of Memphis has run for more. Naquan Wright is the running back. Brown fakes it to him, stands and delivers. That is complete. First down, Bulls inside the 30. They found Yusuf Terry, the junior from Philly. Baylor transfer, moves the chains.
Sort of a dangerous throw here on the outside. Again, you can see how fast this South Florida offense would like to go. They're going to go tempo all day.
Fastest team in America. They send it out to Sean Atkins, their top receiver, who's over 900 yards on the season. He's down near the 20-yard line, and the Bulls will hit the gas.
What a great story Sean Atkins is, Drew. I mean, the guy wears number 38, was a former walk-on, and now having a record-setting season.
50 footwork from Brown to avoid the big loss after the fake handoff. Gets back to the line of scrimmage where Colin Coates disposes of him. When we talked with our offensive coordinator, Joel Gordon, he said the #1 thing they focus on is they want to control tempo. South Florida, who runs over 80 plays per game, which is tops in FBS.
You can see how far they spread out their wide receivers. They can barely get in the screen.
Designed run for Brown. Burrowing forward down at the 15. He's got a first down. Great second effort from the redshirt freshman out of Raleigh.
Well, that's what he can do for this offense. Obviously, he has a great arm. His accuracy has improved throughout the season. But Drew, he's averaging 63 yards a game on the ground.
And that's with sacks accounted for in college football rushing
Impressive
numbers. This time they hand it off to Naquan Wright, and he's bottled up. No gain on first down. Now, folks, if you watch Tennessee the last couple of years, there's a lot of influence on this offense. Alex Golesh, first-year head coach for South Florida, was the offensive coordinator under Josh Heupel. The hallmarks are the tempo they play at and the spread the wide receivers are at. And their handoff again, right. This time he stumbled. The turf monster got him here at Raymond James Stadium. 3rd down and 12 coming up for Golesh's offense.
The old Bermuda turf got him there. Take a look at Coach Golesh's resume. And folks here in South Florida are happy with the results this season because the offense has been fun to watch. They have obviously an opportunity here to go to a bowl game for the first time in quite some time. And there's a lot of things that are on the horizon here for the Bulls that are things to be optimistic about.
Zane Herring, the right guard for USF. And Herring in the tent right now as the Bulls set up for a 3rd down and 12. Their quarterback Byron Brown 3 for 3 for 20 yards on this drive, and he is a threat with his legs.
This is one area of the field, though, is they have struggled through this season with red zone offense, and then they're going to be backed up again.
Well, Stone Handy
Ball
jumped,
start.
but
Offense number 38. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Sean Atkins, the wide receiver, started early. What do you got in the playbook for 3rd down and 17, Foxy?
Whatever Alabama did today.
4th and 31. My goodness, what a finish.
I was going to say maybe they get the yards back there. Didn't call a flag.
I think it was Handy again, bottom side of your screen. Snap with under 5 on the timer. Brown throws over the middle. It is complete. What a grab by Yusuf Terry down at the 1-yard line. A 21-yard throw. What a grab.
Amazing grab. And again, they're going to hurry to the line of scrimmage here. I would not be surprised if Byron Brown keeps this himself.
No subs. Brown hands it to Naquan Wright. It looked like he thought about keeping it, but he goes down in a heap.
Yeah, Prince Bima's in there in the backfield right away. at the mesh point, I think Brown wanted to keep the football, but just held on to it a little bit too long.
The 10th play of the drive coming up for South Florida. Three wide for Brown. Naquan Wright is the running back. Looks like some confusion maybe for Charlotte in the front. Brown pulls it, looks to throw. Dancing to his left, floats it, end zone, incomplete. Sean Atkins had it, but did not get a foot down inbounds. 3rd and goal coming.
Atkins was running wide open across the back of the end zone. And as the pressure arrives on Brown, he gets rid of the football, and Atkins just cannot get a foot down there as he ends up out of bounds. But again, that's the go-to target for this offense, is certainly an emphasis on getting the football to 38 tonight.
Would have been his 5th touchdown of the season. Brown wasn't ready for the snap, picks it up, rolling to his right. He can run for it, puts the helmet down, and he goes down just shy of the goal line. So here comes 4th and goal. Demetrius Knight makes the stop, who's top 5 in the league in tackles. Decision time for Coach Golish.
Oh, looks like they're going to bring in a heavy package here and keep the offense on the field, which I don't have a problem with. The only problem I have is that, Byron Brown nearly knocks himself out of the game there. I mean, goodness gracious, you got to keep your head up there. And I'm sure Coach Golish is probably going to have a conversation with him on the sidelines about that.
They go under center on 4th and goal. Don't see this very often from South Florida. They pitch it out. Trickeration, batted down. Demetrius Knight got a hand on it. Naquan Wright tried to throw it. He had an open man in the end zone, but what a play by Demetrius Knight. No points for South Florida.
This was a perfect play design, and they've got a receiver open. Great job, though, by Knight, who we talked about, who has, all the PBUs this season and those 3 interceptions. Just extends, gets the go-go gadget arms out there, and gets his hand on the football. What a stop there by the Charlotte defense.
The tight end Weston Wolf was all alone in the back of the end zone. Demetrius Knight extinguishes the threat, and the Bulls come up empty-handed. We'll check on the injured. December 3rd, the exclusive reveal of the college football playoff top 4. Reese and the guys break them down top to bottom. Catch at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on ESPN and the app. Some interesting stuff happening here on the final day of the regular season, setting us up for a great conference championship Saturday and some decisions for the committee. So after Charlotte stops South Florida on 4th and goal, they're backed up on the shadow of their own goal line. Trexler Ivy, the quarterback, will just sneak in to try to generate some breathing room, and does it well out to the 4. That's the other added bonus of being aggressive on 4th down and goal from the 1. If you don't get it, you get a chance maybe to force a safety or at least pin them back, but nicely done by Ivy.
You typically think that, but I mean, the way this defense has played this season for South Florida, it's been a struggle, especially against explosive plays. 133rd in FBS in giving up explosives.
It was dead last. 49ers back in the shotgun on 2nd goal. Joshim Bangda, who scored the touchdown, picks up 3. Rashad Cheney on the stop to bring up 3rd down. Now, South Florida, even though the numbers in terms of rankings don't look very good, they have improved slightly defensively with Todd Orlando, their new defensive coordinator. Last year they allowed 517 yards per game, which was last in FBS. This year they've improved by about 50 yards per game. They're still 129th, but they are getting better.
Yeah, listen, they just need more players, more athletes in the back end to play coverage, and certainly up front, they need some depth on that defensive line.
3rd down and 4. Ivy on the rollout, completes it to his tight end Colin Weber, who's their top receiver. He's brought down for 4th down and about 1. Tavin Ward made the stop.
Well, how aggressive does Coach Posey want to be in this situation? He might leave the offense on the field.
Wow.
I've seen this happen a few times, but again, Trexler Ivy, he can run with the football. You talked about it.
4th and 1 from their own 10-yard line. Ivy takes the snap, looks to throw, wants a deep shot up the sideline. It's caught, but out of bounds.
Wow.
Jay Iris smacked the intended target. Tavin Ward in coverage.
I don't mind being aggressive, especially when you're a 3-8 football team. We do have a flag on the field.
It's going to be against the offense. Well, that was the first play of the drive. They just ran the sneak to get it away from their own goal line.
Well, that's what they should have ran on 4th down.
Yeah.
Instead, they take a shot. I mean, you have one opportunity here. A lot of contact down the field. It's Tavin Ward, the corner in coverage. But wow, I mean, no, he just said it for us.
Well, they picked up the flag. Biff Poggi
Coach is not happy.
Rolls the dice, and he comes up empty-handed, so South Florida's got it back at the 10-yard line.
Why not go back to the quarterback sneak there?
Byron Brown in the shotgun. Fakes the give. Looks, scans, throws. Touchdown! Guess who? Sean Atkins. The former walk-on who's become their top target. Catches the 10-yard strike from Brown. They're an extra point away from tying it.
Well, you've got to give a lot of credit here to the offensive line because Byron Brown had all day to throw the football, and Sean Atkins, a late developing play to the end zone there, kind of like a skinny post between 2 defenders. Football delivered on time, and just like that, tie ball game here in Tampa.
John Cannon adds the extra point. Atkins with 2 catches for 16 yards and a score, his 5th of the season.
Just look how much time Brown has to throw the football. Great job up front by the offensive line, and that's a dime. I mean, that's between 2 defenders. What a story Atkins has been. I mean, this guy has just burst onto the scene here. 5'10", 170 pounds, doesn't even wear a wide receiver number. Just absolutely dominating this conference.
So he is now 84 yards away from becoming the first South Florida receiver ever with 1,000 yards. Our offensive coordinator, Joel Gordon, told us we're going to do everything we can to get him there, but probably don't have to do anything crazy or different from what we normally do because we throw it to him all the time anyway.
Yeah, listen, their game plan goes through number 38. And to your point, they're not going to change anything up. Like maybe late in the game, if he needs 10 yards or something like that, they go to him a little bit more. But no, odds are he's going to get over 1,000 yards tonight.
There was an injured South Florida Bull after the extra point. Gannon Lanning, the offensive lineman. We've had a few injuries already here in this first quarter. Both these teams banged up at this point of the season, the regular season finale. Alex Golish, the head coach, out to check on Lanning in addition to the training staff.